Hi everyone! This is not the kind of video that I usually make, but today I felt the need to sit down and talk to you honestly. No filters, no big coaching tips this time, just me talking to you about something that's been weighing on me lately. Because I believe that honesty is the foundation of any real transformation. In my own journey, I have seen how the moments of growth often come when I drop the mask, get real about what I'm feeling, and allow myself to be seen as I am. And that's what I try to bring into my coaching as well. A place where truth isn't just welcomed, but it's actually the starting point. Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Luca and I'm studying to qualify as a professional life coach. On this channel, I talk about self-development and how we can create a life that is more authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling. If you enjoy my content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you so much, and now let's get started. As most of you know, I moved from Milan to Sydney a while ago. I work full-time as a risk consultant, but I'm also studying to become a certified life coach. With the dream of one day running my own coaching business, talking on stages, hosting a podcast, and creating content that genuinely helps people live a more meaningful and fulfilling life. It sounds great on paper, and a lot of it really is. I love Sydney, I love my lifestyle, I've met incredible people, my coaching course is deeply enriching, and I'm starting to see the impact I can have. Even within my job, where colleagues are getting curious about it and they're asking questions about how it's going and what I'm learning. But despite all of that, I've been struggling. You see, sometimes even when you're doing all the right things, you still feel like something is missing. There are days when I feel incredibly fulfilled by the path that I'm on. And there are days when I feel disconnected from myself, from my roots, and from the people that I care about the most. As I mentioned in my previous video, living abroad is beautiful, but it's also lonely. You start over and over again. Every move means rebuilding your network, adjusting to a new culture, and constantly translating not just your words, but your whole personality to adapt to the new environment. And here's the thing. I love speaking English, and I am so proud that I'm trying to build a brand and business in a second language. But it doesn't always feel like me. There's a certain magic in speaking your native language, in expressing your thoughts, your emotions, and your truth without second-guessing yourself. In Italian, I can feel the words deep down even before I say them. I don't need to search for the right phrase or worry about sounding fluent. I just speak. With ease, with depth, with full emotional weight. It's like being a painter with an endless color palette available to design and paint your message. That's the kind of connection I crave, not just to language, but to identity. In Italian, I feel like I can connect from a deeper place. And that's what I've been missing lately. That feeling of home, that effortless authenticity. There's also the fatigue of always having to sound fluent, professional, eloquent, when deep down you just want to speak like yourself. And you have no idea of how often I find myself hesitating or holding back just because I don't know how to say something perfect in English. And that hesitation creates distance. It makes me feel like a filtered version of who I am. This week, I found myself questioning everything. Should I stop creating content in English? Should I pivot and go all in on building my presence online in Italy, where I can speak from the heart without translation? Am I sabotaging my chances by splitting my energy? Or would I actually thrive more by leaning into what feels natural? The truth is, I don't know all the answers yet. But I've realized that these questions come from a deeper place, which is the need to reconnect with the parts of me that feel forgotten. The need to feel whole again, not just productive or successful. Here's what I've come to accept. Yes, there are trade-offs, but there are also opportunities. Right now, staying in Australia makes sense. It's where I can get certified as a coach. It's where I have a stable job that gives me the freedom to explore coaching without pressure. And it's where I can start laying the foundations for the business that I want to build. But that doesn't mean I have to silence my Italian voice. In fact, maybe that voice needs to be part of the journey. Maybe creating videos in Italian, even if just occasionally, can help me reconnect with that sense of authenticity, while still building something bigger in English. And maybe, just maybe, there is room for both. Because what I've learned is that it's not always about choosing what you think is the best version of yourself over another version of yourself. Often it's about designing a life that includes all the parts of you, even if it's hard and complex. So why am I telling you all this? Because maybe you are going through something similar. Maybe you are chasing a dream, and from the outside it looks like everything is falling into place, but inside you're still trying to piece together who you really are in the process. Maybe you have felt the tension between your ambition and your true self, like your drive to succeed is pulling you in one direction while your soul is whispering to go another way. Or maybe you have felt torn between where you live and where you feel you belong. Maybe you're not sure if home is where you are now or where you come from. Or maybe it's neither. And if that's the case, I want to tell you something important. You're allowed to pause, you're allowed to reflect, you're allowed to realign without feeling like you failed. This is not a detour. This is the path. This is your path. So, here's what I'm choosing. I'm going to keep creating content in English because that's the path that I've chosen for now, and I know it opens doors for my future. But I'm also going to honor my roots. Maybe that means a second channel in Italian down the line, or maybe it's just few Italian videos sprinkled in. I still don't know, but whatever it looks like, I'm not going to ignore that part of me that felt neglected. Because being a coach isn't just about helping others find themselves. It's also about staying grounded in your own identity and staying connected to what makes you, you. For me, this has meant navigating the tension between who I am in Italian and who I try to be in English. It has meant learning that if I don't nurture the parts of myself that feel the most real, the most alive, I risk becoming someone who performs instead of someone who connects. So, this realization has changed the way I approach content creation and coaching, because I now see them not just as tools to serve others, but as opportunities to stay connected with my true self and share that true self in a way that inspires others. If you've made it this far, thank you very much. Thank you for witnessing this honest moment with me. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable. And if this resonated with you, leave a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear what you're going through, and we can remind each other that we are not alone. If you're not only struggling with your sense of authenticity, but also with your overall happiness, check out my latest video on the happiness trap and why ignoring negative emotions can only make us feel more miserable. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you in the next video.